episode of El Latino Ruido. I am your host and co-host, Johnny Boricua Prince Dones. As you can see, I'm running solo today. Harv is doing his rehearsals and stuff for his upcoming concert at SOBs. And I hope all of y'all are doing well. Kind of a little, it's a little muggy out there today, but the breeze is taking care of it. So, Charles, what's up, puppy?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's good. Like you said, it was muggy, but I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, it's not too bad, you know. I
It
mean,
had some wind. It had some good wind.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Tomorrow is supposed to be another story. We're supposed to get some rain in the morning and some thunderstorms and all that other good stuff. Pero
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. And how was your weekend, Charles?
It was good. It was good. Like I said, it was kind of heat, but I call it patio weather.
Yeah,
That you
yeah,
can sit
yeah,
on the patio because of the nice wind.
yeah. If I had a patio, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I'll have it as a fire escape, and I don't feel like hanging out in the fire escape.
Yeah, yeah. I have the front building. I didn't want to smell those people smoking.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it, man. Every time I go out in front of my building, it smells like one big joint.
I'm telling you.
You
But
know. And my weekend was quiet. You know, didn't do much. Stood around the house, hung out with my brother for a little bit, helped
oh,
him with his boat a little bit. You know, went and hung out with him. So that's about it. And
oh yeah, that's what I did this weekend. I forgot.
yeah. Hey,
We
Carmen,
went
what's up, baby?
we went to ride my son's speedboat in the lake.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Well,
Uh,
people, we got the
Ronaldo's on.
Reinaldo. ¿Cómo está? Saludos también cordiales.
People sending
We got
love.
the Puerto Rican National Puerto Rican Day Parade coming up this weekend, this Sunday actually. And I thought we could talk about the origins of the flag and stuff like that, and we take it from there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and well, we know the origins of the current flag was adopted in 1952, which is this one. Y'all can see it.
The red, white, and blue, right?
The red, white, and blue with the dark blue. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, dark blue. And that was adopted in 1942, and it can be traced back to 1868 when the first flag was the revolutionary flag of Lares. And it was conceived by El Doctor Ramon Emiterio Betances. And it was embroidered by Mariana Brazos de Oro Bracetti. It sounds like a boxing match, right?
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
more Italian than anything.
Tell me about it. But then again, we got that mixed blood, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got all weird names with Puerto Ricans and stuff. That's what makes us the beautiful culture that we are. And
True.
it was the flag, the original flag, which was this one, adopted in 1895 with the lighter blue flag that was in the short-lived revolt against the Spanish rule in the island, known as El Grito de Lares. Establishing the first time a Puerto Rican national consciousness under colonial rule. So that's that, and we have a few live TV. We have a few things here about Puerto Rico and stuff. It goes when a Puerto Rican displays the flag, there is pride, there is joy that this is an affirmation of who we are. It says a professor from NCC and the star of the Trouble with My Name, Dr. Javier Avila. And on June 10th, 1948, this was, we'll bring this all together at the end. It was on June 10th, 1948, Law 53 was approved. It enacted to surprise the independence movement on the island. La Ley de la Mordaza made it illegal to display your own Puerto Rican flag, even in one's own home. It came to be known as the gag law, and the big flag provision of and this flag provision to the law allowed police and National Guardsmen to enter anyone's home without warrant, search and seizure, or property, and regardless of probable cause, and it was punishable up to 10 years in prison. So imagine that you can display your own flag in your own homeland.
Yeah.
That's it all goes into that book, The War Against Puerto Ricans. If you ever pick up that book, you trust me, you will know all about Puerto Rico. Then the gag law was repealed in 1957. So you figure it's 9 long years where you couldn't display your own pride, your own flag, and stuff like that. It takes a toll on people. So this is why we have a lot of people, multiple flags and stuff, because it's a sense of pride, and basically it's like, yeah, you can't do nothing to us. This is our pride. This is us. What are you gonna do now? And it's known by the Puerto Ricans to display flag everywhere, and they display it proudly. So
Yeah, it's a lot of the history that people didn't know when you couldn't even put your flag up.
yeah,
And,
exactly.
and mostly you couldn't put your flag up mostly because they knew these are the people that wasn't going to take no for an answer,
Exactly.
or wasn't going to listen to what you're telling me. I got to do what's good for my island, not for
Absolutely.
what's good for you. Well, they try to shut these people up, which it happens in history. Everybody has
everybody
that
goes
history.
through it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And it was just our turn at the time. Let's just say, and originally, and then let's go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Originally, it was called El Desfile Puertorriqueño Incorporated, and it was born of the imperative necessity of translating Puerto Rican achievements into a visible demonstration of the strength of the Puerto Rican community, in order to recognize and support our Latino counterparts. The first parade was held on Sunday, April 13, 1958. So we've got some pretty good history in it. And it was in Spanish Harlem, El Barrio.
Yep, and it was only 5 people marching.
Exactly. It was just like people walking down the street.
Yep.
And subsequently, the organization found its new home along Fifth Avenue in New York City. And in 1995, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Incorporated, a 501 organization, was formed from its predecessor, the New York Puerto Rican Parade, when Dr. Ramon S. Velez and the parade board envisioned a national concept for demonstrating the culture and pride in the community. So there you have it, and it's one of the largest parades in the city, I believe.
But I'm gonna take them a little deeper that they might not even tell you in the news. It only became a 501 National Puerto Rican Day Parade because they wanted to add the political people.
Oh yes.
Because the 5 original that made it, they only wanted to show the pride of Puerto Rico.
Right.
And they said no political people. So that's why so many years. And then plus they didn't want to help because they said nothing's going to happen with it. And as soon as they seen it get big, they said, let's make this into a corporation and then we can add these guys.
Exactly.
So,
that's
that's why now you got all these political people in there talking about, I got a Puerto Rican friend. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's just like when they call you a racist, because, I got black friends.
Yeah, you hear that a lot over there. I got Puerto Rican friends.
Yeah,
Listen,
absolutely.
Juan cutting your grass is not Puerto Rican, first of all, and he ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? So, listen.
That's how it works. And then we have U.S. lawmakers are a binding vote, urging Biden to vote on Puerto Rico statehood. You got a group of Democratic Congress members is proposing a binding plebiscite to decide whether Puerto Rico becomes a state or gains some sort of independence. So, in other words, you either stay a commonwealth with provisions, a state with provisions, or independence with provisions. Somebody from what I understand, some of the independents, they want independence and still use the American dollar.
Yeah.
Which would be smart, because you're still using the American dollar, and to come out with your own money, it's gonna be a while. It'll be a while before they can get up. But either way, I think Puerto Rico's still gonna lose out, because one, I don't think Congress is gonna let go of Puerto Rico that easy, because it's a cash cow and it's working for them without doing anything. Throw them a few bones here and there and some pan and that's it. And that's it. And it's a sad state of affairs, but something has to happen.
Yeah.
Do you think PR should be on their own? Do you think it should be a state? Should a state remain a commonwealth with provisions and stuff like that? But I think the most important thing is they need to be allowed to vote for president, not have to move from Puerto Rico to the mainland in order to vote. If you have total control over our island nation, why can't we help in the decision making of who our political leaders are going to be?
Yep,
That's
it's true.
just my take on it, and something has to happen because how long can you keep your foot on somebody's neck before they fight back? You know what I'm saying? So, guys, what do you think about this? And chime in and let me know what you guys think about it. You can call us 347-640-3920. That's 347-640-3920. And just let us know what you think. And we have getting back to this statehood with Congress and stuff. Even though the plan may pass in the Democratic-led House, it appears to have little chance in the Senate, where Republicans have long opposed statehood. What I'd like to know, honestly, which they're not going to answer it, why do you want to keep Puerto Rico in the present state that it is? I mean,
Well, they're not gonna answer it, but
no, they're not.
they can tell you in the sound effect, ching
Oh,
ching.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly. It's all money, and they don't have to do much. But my thing is, if you're going to allow people these multi-billionaires to move into the island without paying taxes, what kind of gains are you going to get? What kind of gains is the government going to get on this? Except moving Puerto Ricans out of the island and making them come to the mainland and strengthen the vote to maybe get you out. People don't think about it. Politicians, they went to college and got these bachelors and doctorates and everything, but they're not the smartest people in the world. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. If you come into a common ground, have talk, dialogue, open it up. Stop being so caught up in your power and all this and everything, and people donating to your campaign and stuff. Come on, when you retire, you're gonna be millionaires anyway. So let's just let's sit down and talk, man. Puerto Rico is a very important island, and you have a lot of people who have their pride, and you're not going to step on us for too much longer. I'll tell you that much right now. And the voters could choose independence or independence with free association, whose terms might be defined following negotiations over foreign affairs, U.S. citizenship, and the use of the U.S. dollar, says Representative Darren Soto of Florida. There are a whole lot of things, but you have to pinpoint it to 1, 2, or 3 things where you want to vote on, because you can't have them vote on all this stuff and everything, because now you're spreading the vote around. Have people come out, and then again, not even half the people who voted for the last plebiscite came out to vote anyway. Mm-hmm. So we gotta get the word out. Vote. You gotta vote. People say, "Yeah, your vote don't count." Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, that's what we got. What are we gonna do? They stormed the Capitol. See what happened over there in January 6th? Didn't do much. All they did was get people in trouble. So that's all it did. And now they're having the hearings on this and everything, and people are shaking in their boots. You think Donald Trump is going to come and save y'all? I don't think so. He's got his own problems, and there's the measure that's not yet introduced. If no majority emerges, a second round of voting will be held between the top 2 alternatives. So we got to do that. So it's going to be a while, and this is not even going to come up for a vote until 2023. So we got this whole year. Plan your strategies, figure out what you want to do, and come up with something. The bottom line is Puerto Rico is afraid of losing their identity. You saw what happened with Hawaii and stuff like that. So we want to keep our culture. We want to keep our identity. Help us and help you, because we work hard. And Puerto Rico has a lot of good resources, beautiful beaches, all this stuff, and something's got to happen before the bubble pops, because something is going to happen. You got to, help us, and we'll help you. Plain and simple. That's the way it works. But
yeah, but honestly, not in my time. I don't think I'll see.
I don't think so either. Honestly,
Puerto Rico become independent.
I don't see it independence. I see it staying at the same place that they're at now,
right?
And maybe throw a few more bones.
Especially if they like anything like my uncles or my cousins, that they get a little bit of money, they want to spend it on stupid stuff.
Of course, of course.
Puerto Rico will go broke.
Yeah, remember the movie Fridays?
Yeah.
No, not Friday. Barbershop.
Yeah.
When Cedric Entertainer was saying, people were talking about reparations, he goes, and then this Cedric Entertainer says, "Bro, if we get reparations, Cadillac could be the #1 car dealership in the world."
Yeah, because they don't know how to act.
You know, we
They'll start
gotta,
buying stupid
you know,
stuff.
if you invest,
Putting the platan or the bananas golden with gold colors.
yeah,
And
we
come on.
gotta. If we get anything, we just can't go and spend it all and reinvest in the country. We're being helped now with getting out of debt. Let's move it along from there. You know, we got to come up with open dialogue. We got to stop this corruption in Puerto Rico, man. We got to stop it. Because sooner or later, when we have nothing left to lose, se jodió.
Yeah.
Because if you got nothing left to lose, you're gonna go all out. You know, and something has got to happen, guys. Something has got to happen because I didn't know much about the history of the turmoil. I knew, the history of the beauty of the country and the people and stuff like that. But as I started getting deeper into it, man, I'm surprised we're still around. I'm telling you. They could have slaughtered us a long time ago. You know what that is? 400 years under Spanish rule, and they still couldn't wipe us out. So that's telling you something. But U.S., help out, man. Biden, you made so many promises and stuff, and I voted for you, and Baba, you got to come through. Even though you can't make that decision because it has to go through Congress and the Senate and stuff. We all know this already. But help. Sit down and talk. Don't just make speeches. Go in there, bring them all to the Oval Office, and just lay the law down. You know,
Yeah,
Trump did it. Trump he told you like it is.
Yeah, but Biden probably forgot. He's getting senile.
Yeah. But he got a vice president that she's supposed to get.
And she's not even better.
But at least she's still young enough to have some of her faculties.
Yeah, she's
But and then here getting to the point has not even been an easy process. Is it perfection? No. Said Republican Raul Grijalva of Arizona, chairman of the U.S. House Natural Resource Commission, who oversees U.S. affairs in the U.S. territories. So these are the people we need to be talking to. The people who have direct power, if you will, over the affairs that are going on in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So something has to be done. We have to sit to these people and goes and no overwhelming majority for or against statehood in earlier referendums. The last one was held in November 2020. General elections with 53% of the vote for statehood and 47% for against, with only little more than half of registered voters participating. We got to do better, guys. We got to help ourselves. We got to go out there, get the vote out, and move from there. Don't just listen to what La Vecina was saying. Oh, we go for, okay, I'm gonna go for him because you said so. No. Do your homework. Everybody's got cell phones. Google it. Don't just keep playing games and going on Twitter and Facebook and everything. You're never gonna get anywhere. Google it. Research. Do your own homework and come up with an educated decision.
Yeah, but besides Googling, because Google is soon going to be part of the government as well.
Probably.
Read between the lines.
Absolutely. You have to learn how to read between the lines. A lot of
They
people
say
don't know
that
how to do
dog
that.
ran across the street and there was 4 lanes with a big highway. That was bullcrap.
Of course. Of course.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
you have to go out there and do your own research, man.
Yep.
I liked it better when we went to the library.
Oh yeah,
Sit
because
there
they
for
couldn't
hours.
they couldn't change it.
No,
They
it
couldn't
was
change
already
it.
written. Even though it may have been outdated or whether, but
Yeah.
it gave you a starting point.
Yeah,
Because
right
you-
now they'll put Google something on Google today, and then you probably go tomorrow and it'll be changed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So-
And then you got these then you have to decide which is fake news, which is real news, and which is
Yeah.
in between the news. You got to find out. What I do is that, let's say I go to just Fulano's News. I'm going to go and Google, is this legit? And I'm going to try and read most of every site I go on. And whatever comes up the most, then I'm just going to have to make an educated guess. If I go to 20 different sites and 15 are telling me that this site is legit, I'm going to
Yeah.
tend to go legit or otherwise.
And then the ones that are saying they're fake news, you got to make sure that those are not the government news talking about that they're fake news.
Exactly.
'Cause they don't want you to believe it.
Or, well, you know what's funny? You'll have, let's say, 10 professionals or 10 scientists, 9 of them are saying this medicine is good, this will be good for you, and it's working, the science is right and everything. But you have that one person who goes against it, and people tend to believe him. He goes, don't you know this could be the one that tried to make noise and was disgruntled and came up with the worst ideas in the world, and they cast him aside. Now you want to blow a whistle. Blow a whistle on what? Something you don't know about?
Yep.
You have to look at that also. They'll believe one person out of the 10. 9 of them have said one thing. They all say the same thing, all agreed and everything, and then there's one person says no. So, well, that's a disgruntled one. Because 9 scientists, world renowned, and then you are never heard of? Come on.
That's why they was like 4 out of 5 dentists. Who is this one person that never
I want to find out who that one person
that never agree with you?
Exactly. 4 out of 5 dentists say that, you know.
Yeah, he's the one that said, look, I'm not going to be lying to these people. I'm out.
Right. But now, if he can come up with viable evidence, then we can listen to him. But if he's just saying it, and maybe because he's written books and stuff like that, that probably hasn't even been proven, the evidence that you might have, you tend to go with it because he's the rebel.
Yeah.
Not me. I'll follow a rebel, but you got to give me something to back it up with. You got to give me something. If you want me to follow you, give me something that can follow you. I don't want to feel stupid, because you're going to be the only one feeling stupid. It's not going to be the both of us. You know, I gotta, you got to keep moving on. You know, and
let's change things here. I was just reading yesterday, and I forgot about it, so I have to say it now since we're not Latino Rudio. But 100,000 Mexicans are missing.
Really?
And the most that it ever been.
Whoa, I never heard about. But these are the ones, illegal immigrants, or
all.
Really?
Like from the ones that live here, the ones that are coming, the ones that they so-called put in cages, they missing. Like, where are they going?
Whoa.
You know, and I asked the aliens, are you taking them? They were like, mira, no.
They're not with us. We have enough Mexicans. They're building it up for us now.
Yeah.
Wow, this is crazy.
But 100.
Could this be going back to where the governor of Texas was busing them out to different places?
Well, also, they might be at, just like, the COVID. You got COVID and they wrote it down. Maybe they writing missing because they don't have the paperwork for them. So maybe they calling it missing. But they in the camp, maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh, they put them in an encampment like they did in World War II with the Japanese.
They don't have paperwork, so they don't know that they actually there.
Oh, so they could be there. They don't even know it.
Right. So,
wow.
And there are 100,000. They said that about 20 to 30% of them are probably around, but they don't have paperwork, and they don't want to go and look for them.
Because it costs resources. And what they do is they wait for them to commit a crime. They get arrested. They go, okay, we got them now.
And then I figure some of them is the ones that were there and escaped. And they don't want to say that they escaped.
No, of course not, because then they'll make you look dumber than what you are.
Yeah. But
wow, that's crazy.
Record 100,000.
100,000 Mexicans. Not just 100,000 people. Mexicans. Whoa, so that's some. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that. If anybody knows any information about that, let me know, guys.
They said this was posted on May 18th.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Latino stuff, that's missing Mexicans. And back to you, Bob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
They probably never said anything. But
no. You know what it is? We'll definitely follow up on it, and you never hear about it again.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about this story next time with more information.
Yeah.
That's it. They won't talk about it. But we are.
No. Or they'll tell them, keep us posted. Yeah,
but it says many.
It's not gonna happen.
Many are. Oh snap! Well, the reporter that reported this, says many of them are victims of drug cartel, human rights advocate, and let me go click on it. I want to make sure I say this correctly. Yeah, Mexicans marked the grim milestone this week. The number of people officially listed as disappeared past 100,000.
Whoa!
I thought it was just 100,000.
Something is going on and no one is talking about it.
Yeah, they said since the 60s, it's been an issue with, and this is disappearing from Mexico as well. So,
well, we know that there's a city in near the border. I think it's with Texas and Mexico. They got like 30, 40 people dead every single day.
Yeah, they They actually blaming it on the disappearance is being blamed on the high nations commissioner from drug cartels,
Right.
of course crossing the border, and homes in the Pacific Coast states. So these are people that I think want a better life, and people were just using them.
Yeah.
Come
I would-
here,
I would-
I'll give you a better life, and then bam, they selling you somewhere. So now the sex
Sex trafficking is
sex
huge.
human rights people are
They're jumping
now
on this.
finally they are being active with this and finding out what's going on.
You know why? Because it's becoming a lot more public.
I think
A lot more people are finding out about this because this actually started, from what I understand, it started making more noise with the Epstein when they busted Epstein.
Yeah,
And mysteriously hung himself.
yeah, and that's that. Yeah, that's another thing too. But,
Yeah.
but that's another thing. Like people know about sex trafficking, but like you said, now it's
They
coming
always-
out. So now they have to do something about
You
it.
have to because now it's out in the open.
Yeah, but
Wow, 100,000, and I'm sure this goes back many, many years.
Well, it said that since 1960s they've been
Wow.
disappearing, but this is the most that they ever disappeared.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
It's maybe they were cleaning up their act. I don't know.
I don't know, but Manny, what's up, Papa? How you doing, man? My brother Manny's on tuned in, and
said,
we
"What's
still got
up?"
Carmen there.
What's up, bro?
We got Michael Love. What's up, Mike?
yeah,
And this is crazy, And anybody got any info on this? Please chime in and we can talk about this. And it's a sad state of affairs
And they-
that a
that's
country
going on.
supposedly so advanced that they don't care enough for the people who really built this nation, immigrants. But people are saying, oh, they came legally or whatever. They just came here because there was no laws barring them. If there was laws barring them, trust me, there would be more Indians than anything else here.
Yeah.
They didn't make those laws. They just brought them in from whatever famine or sickness.
Yeah, I love when people say that. All these people came all illegally and mother effer. Your damn ancestors came here illegally. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So come
they
on,
just
please.
came here and they picked the spot because okay, let's build over here.
Oh, they didn't say nothing about that when the Italians and the
Europeans,
Spains
yeah.
and everything came and gave you the damn
Exactly.
Statue of Liberty and built these bridges. Once the
Exactly.
bridges were done, that's when you said no more. You can't come in.
Right.
Come on.
But you know what's funny? Let's just say you get rid of every single illegal Latino in this country falls.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna get nobody working in the grape fields or in the cotton fields or
Nothing.
the
No
the
fields.
orange no fields. And I'm telling you, some of the best construction workers that I've ever seen were Latinos. And these are people that come here illegally. They're paying whatever they want. My brother Manny says here, remember, they had built a lot of underground tunnels that have collapsed. True.
Yeah.
That's very true. And you get rid of all these Latinos. You got some great mason workers, brick workers, concrete workers, iron workers. They're great. Not to take away from the talent that we have here. We do have quite a bit of talent here. But the dirty jobs, if you get rid of all the Mexicans, no one's going to do that dirty job.
Yeah.
Because
once you
they're saying-
become Americanized, you become lazy.
Of course.
They become lazy. They want more for less.
Exactly. Now, if you go, oh, they're stealing our jobs. But would you do that job?
No.
They're still stealing our jobs. How is that stealing your job when it's something that you will not do? And this guy will do it
and put him
happily.
If you can't even get me a burger without complaining about it, what make you think that you're going to pick up crap?
Exactly. Because I remember right after Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. Now, okay, let's go back a little further. Even before that, when I went down to Florida to visit my parents, in Walmart, you had, older people and stuff like that. I go to ask this lady a question of where something was. It was like I was bothering her.
Oh
She
my
like
God.
sucked her teeth twice. And it was like, yeah, go over there. She never got up for nothing. She just said, it's over there and 2 aisles down that way. And I said, oh, now I know. Okay, fine. I'll find it myself. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your help. And she's like, why you bother me for?
Yeah, they get mad because you're telling them to do their job.
But then now, after Hurricane Maria, when Puerto Ricans started coming to Florida, the Orlando area, Kissimmee area, and New York and other points, I go to Walmart. You see a lot of Puerto Ricans there. I asked this one lady, what town she was from. She told me what town she was from. I said, mira, estoy buscando esto. I'm looking for this, that. And she goes, oh, it's over this way. Come on, I'll help you. Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to go. No, no, no. I want to. All right, cool. We went there, and this woman made sure that I got exactly everything that I wanted and insisted on carrying it to the register for me. Now, that is service. A little bit beyond, but it shows you that they're appreciative and we are service-oriented. And it made it a pleasure to go back to that same Walmart. Even the other Walmarts. There's a huge influx of Puerto Ricans in Orlando and Kissimmee area. Kissimmee, they call it Little San Juan.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Puerto Ricans there, and I'm telling you, not to take away, and I'm not racist. People can say otherwise, but that's up to them. Pero I like dealing with my people in certain things because they know where you're from, they know where you come from, they know, they know we're humble to an extent, and we do what we got to do to get the job done. Some people, like I said, they've been here all their lives, and they get lazy, they get complacent and stuff because we have Puerto Ricans the same way. Some Latinos are the same way because, trust me, I've seen them all the time.
Oh, my God.
Pero you have someone who's appreciative to what little they have, and they make do with what little they have. Those are the ones you want to work with because they still understand what needs to be done to get the job done. They do it with pride. They do it happily. They may not be getting paid the best, but they're going to make the best of their situation.
Oh, yeah.
Because if your situation is bad, and then you're going to treat your job bad, no one's going to want to deal with you. No one's going to keep you hired. They'll tell you, nah. Then when you see your hours are dwindling every week, you're losing an hour here, an hour there, and then one day they say, oh, listen, we left you off the schedule.
Yeah.
Then you complain why.
But I see it a lot of attitudes with Latinos.
Absolutely.
I'm the opposite. I'll probably go to like it depends, like mechanics and stuff like that. I might go to a Latin mechanic,
right?
But I prefer going to a white mechanic, Asian mechanic, because if they do it and they do it wrong, they don't want to go to court. They don't want to do this. They're gonna make sure they do. You go to a Latin, yeah, I didn't do that. You're bugging. Mira este que carajo. And you know what I'm saying? Like they will not try to be like, okay, let's figure out what happened. You know what I'm saying? They have no kind of customer service. When it comes to something.
Yeah. Well, I got some people that do excellent work.
Yeah.
Latinos.
No, when you find the right one.
Oh yes.
You stay with that
one.
Oh yeah. But don't go to Jerome Avenue. I don't think you'll find the right one.
No. You gotta go to out of the way places.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Jerome Avenue has so many mechanics in there.
Yeah.
I did find one though for my inspection, my car inspection. The guy said, well, let me test it out first to see if it passes. Because I told him the light, I fixed the wire and the light shut off. So
right.
He said, let me see it first because I don't want to put it in and it don't pass.
Exactly.
I was like, and I told him, I said, are you Latino? And he said, yeah. I said, you're Dominican, right? He said, yeah. I said, oh, you must have been born here. And he laughed, and I was like, what happened? He said, you're not the first one that told me that.
Yeah.
So, because I know you didn't come from over there with this, customer service,
But you'll be surprised sometimes because, like, when you go to, let's say, we'll call the mechanic blue collar.
Right.
We'll call the office worker the white collar.
The white collar.
Which is what it is.
Yeah.
I've gone into an office where I've gotten the worst customer service from people born in the island.
Oh, my God.
And I've gone to places where I've gotten the best customer service from people from the island. So it's hit or miss with anyone.
Yeah. No, it's with any race.
Yeah.
If sometimes you go to a white collar, you get it. Sometimes you go to the blue collar. Don't go to the gray collar. Those are the McDonald's.
Yeah, the
fast food.
Those are the in-betweens.
Yeah, those guys are really rude no matter what.
Yeah. You know what it is? Because they don't care.
Yeah.
Because they'll say,
But then don't take the job. That's why I don't understand. I don't care.
You have to at least like your job. Because
Right.
if you're going to be in a career and you're going to be miserable for 20-something years, you're just defeating yourself.
Yeah.
You're just defeating yourself. I did 28 years with New York City Transit. Of course, there was ups and downs, but I have more ups and downs. I loved my job. With the people that I have, we've created a family. Of course, with the stuff that's going on now with the violence against the workers and stuff like that, it happens and stuff more now than ever, and hopefully things will get done. But you have to don't be disgruntled, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up projecting that to the passengers, and you can end up projecting it to the wrong person, a beaky that's looking to take you right out of service.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do because you are a customer service representative on wheels.
Yeah,
You're moving around.
It's
you know?
funny, especially when I see Latinos bad mouthing another Latino, maybe because they said, "Give me an extra fork" or something.
Right.
But then here comes a white person or somebody, and oh, no problem. You want with the napkins? No problem. I'll
You know-
put it on your food if you want.
You know
what I'm
why?
saying?
Because subconsciously, that Latino thinks that white guy is going to help him.
Yeah, or not that's the boss or something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I don't care who you are. You're going to get the same thing. I'll kill you with kindness.
Yeah.
I'll make you walk away saying, bro, I just tore this guy up and down, and he told me to have a wonderful, blessed day. So now you're going to have that person thinking all day, and you just ruined that person's day. You know? And he goes, let's go back here.
And look, Carmen just said people don't care anymore how to treat others. And it's
Exactly,
true, Carmen.
exactly. They just don't care. It's disappointing how we all have the right to live. You know, why can't we all come together?
That's why I
Because
said don't do the job if you don't want to.
No,
if
no,
you don't want to
no.
do it, don't get mad because they're telling you, "Can I get an extra burger?" Or my pickle was missing. Can you give me a?
exactly.
Be like,
exactly.
oh, my problem, my bad.
Exactly.
You know,
You know, and he goes,
do
my
it
brother
right
Manny,
the first time.
My brother Manny, he goes, he's landscaper. He came to the U.S. from Mexico through the DACA program. He's one of the hardest working Mexicans and proud of what he's doing. He goes, very nice guys. They may not be getting paid top dollar or whatever, but they enjoy what they're doing. They're making an honest living,
Yep.
you know, and trying to do the best that they can.
And not,
You know, if you have these people here and they're working hard and you can see they're working hard, give them a hand up in getting themselves legalized, because now that's another taxpayer added to the roll.
Yep.
People don't understand that. They just say, oh, no, he's illegal. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. No, the guy's doing strides. Fine. I understand the guy who's not doing anything, committing crimes or whatever. Grab him and kick him out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
don't let him back in. Yeah. You know, you can keep him out. There are ways to keep him out. It's costing them more money keeping illegal aliens here that are getting all the services that law-abiding citizens should get, and even law-abiding people who are not documented. I'm not going to call them illegal. We just say undocumented people who are hard workers, because I've seen them.
undocumented. It's not illegal.
I've seen them.
That give me a good idea. Why don't they just don't? Every person that commits a big crime, if you commit a crime, they're gonna kick you out and take your citizenship and give it to someone else.
Exactly. Give it to someone who's deserving of it.
Kick your ass out.
We have a lot of people here who want to study and go to college, and then they're saying, oh, when they go to college and make their money and retire, they're going back to their country. Hello, that's the American dream. Anybody who comes here from a different country, legally or not, they come here to make their money, send money home, to build their house.
Of
So when they
course.
finish doing their careers here and helping the U.S. with their tax dollars and everything else that they're paying into, to go live the rest of your life in your country. What's wrong with that?
But here's a contradiction with these people. They have a problem with them doing that, but they don't have a problem with the American person want to retire at another country.
Exactly.
Oh, so you can make the money here and retire in another
And
country.
then go to another country.
But they can't go back to their own country.
And that
retire.
number's growing, because you got expats that are going to Spain, South America, Central America. Ecuador's huge.
And
for
those are
expats.
people that don't even live there.
Yeah.
But they don't have a problem with that, though.
Exactly.
Come on.
You know, and you're taking away now. These guys are leaving and they're not paying taxes.
Right.
Have the people, especially DACA. You got the DACA people who want to go to school. They want to learn. They want to make an education. They don't want to live off the state or be a charge of the state. No Medicaid, nothing. They want to pay their way, but you're not allowing them. So now what happens? You're giving them Medicaid and Medicare and stuff like that.
No, but the people that...
But you don't have to.
Yeah, the people that leave, they still have to pay something because they are still a citizen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If
they
you
still pay
leave,
that-
if
yeah.
you're on Social Security, your Social Security is going to get taxed.
Yeah, you still
Unless you have somebody, you keep an account here, you have somebody go with the ATM every time you get your
you just act like you still live here.
and then they'll send it through Western Union or what have you and stuff like that. But the majority of the people who don't have family here or anything, and they have Social Security or city pension or whatever, it's going to get taxed.
Yeah.
It's going to get taxed.
Yeah.
You know, but there are a
always-
lot of ways to make these people legal that are here and want to contribute.
Yeah, but it boils down to you don't know who's who, so act nice. 'Cause
Exactly.
I always say there's someone that knows someone.
Oh, of course.
And that just means that that person might be a gardener, but
Right.
that person bumped into a person that knows a rich, famous person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he said, "Oh, I know this guy Johnny that does this. Oh yeah, I know a guy that I can probably hook up with John." You know what I'm saying? So you never know who's who.
Oh, exactly.
So
exactly.
and it comes down to when I was about 15. I was.
But that was last year?
Yeah. No, 2 years ago. You know, I don't want to lie to them and say it was last year. It was 2 years ago. No, but I was 15 working in the gift shop. You know how, remember the gift shops were outside? You know, they had little products outside?
Right.
There was this guy that used to pass by all the time, stinking like crazy. And I was like, oh my God. Like, you can actually smell him about a store and a half
Wow.
coming. He was really, really stinky. Legs were fat and everything. One day, I was like, he was thinking, but I was like, you know, I couldn't move because I was learning martial arts at that time.
Right.
And my teacher was like, you cannot move from a horse stand. So I was like, damn. So the guy was coming by, and I just gave him some food. I was like, yo, here, take this. And he was like, thank you. No lie, about a week later, he's walking on the streets, and a car stops right by him. And he said, oh, I told you already I wasn't going home. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I thought it was a problem. I said, hey, is there a problem here? And she was like, no, there's no problem. I said, yeah, because he's our neighborhood homeless guy. You know, we all, even though he stink, I said it just like that, but we all watch out for him. She said, oh, no, that's no problem. That's my brother. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, because we're trying to get him back home and, you know, and take care of his buildings.
Yeah.
Buildings.
Yeah. Remember, like I said a couple episodes ago, 8 million stories in a naked city.
Yeah.
You never know who's who. I remember when I was younger, I used to hang out in Brooklyn and Bed-Stuy with my cousins and stuff. There was this lady, she was collecting cans over there by the Myrtle and Broadway Junction station where the J and the M split up. And we would see her all the time and everything as we were coming back from wherever we were hanging out back in the 80s. And then one day, we hadn't seen her for a while. We see her in the newspaper. Homeless lady, millionaire homeless lady dies in the streets of Brooklyn. I said, Brooklyn? What's this? It was that same lady. She had 2 penthouses on Fifth Avenue. But she was like eccentric. She had basically lost her mind. What it was, her chauffeur would bring her at a certain time to collect cans or whatever and be at a little bit of a distance, keeping an eye on her. And then at a certain time of the night, he would pick her up, they put the cans in the trunk, and they break out. So one dude was saying, yeah, bro, she had a Rolls Royce or whatever. I said, get out of here. You so high, man. You got to try some new drugs. And it was true. We read it in the paper.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised because, like I said before, when we would work midnights doing track work and there's a lull in service or whatever, or the contractors take a break, we go out and get some air in the street or whatever. And we see homeless people. So, you know, I have a coffee in a roll. I say, hey, listen, you know, I don't have much, but this is a roll. You can have my coffee or whatever. I go, oh, man, thank you so much. And we'll sit down and talk. And there was a guy he was a CEO of a company. There was embezzlement and stuff like that. He got caught up in it. His wife left him, took everything they had and everything, and he ended up in the street. He ended up homeless, and the guy was smart as hell.
Tyler Perry even helped one gentleman that helped him out when he found out that he was living in the car.
Look at that.
And he didn't know. You know, he don't know. Tyler Perry wasn't famous yet, but he had dreams of doing things.
Exactly.
When he became famous, he remembered him.
Yeah. That's why I tell people, man, be careful who you talk to. You never know who these people are. This guy could be on his last leg and does not care anymore about anything. And you mess with him, you might get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Or worse.
There's a video, if I find it, I'm going to post it up on Latino Rudio, but it's a Chinese video where this kid was homeless with his father.
Right.
And his father was getting sick, and this guy helped him. So the father, with the last food, sick and all, gave the kid food. Well, years passed by. The little girl that was with the father, you know, the father passes away. The little girl still lives. She gets sick now. Goes to the hospital. Don't have no credit for or insurance. And guess who was the doctor? The little boy that the father gave their last
I think
food
I seen
to.
that. I think I
it
seen
was
that.
floating all around social media, which that was a heck of a story.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The father with a child still gonna give his last food to a child that he don't even know.
Yeah.
So his daughter ate and the child ate and the father was still starving sick.
Wow.
But then years later, look at what happened.
Exactly. My brother Manny, he goes, he had a similar situation when he was on the job. You know, my brother Manny's a retired cop, and an elderly lady who was who looked homeless, collecting cans with a shopping cart, and she passed away, and it found out that turned out she was rich.
Right.
They're just people that become eccentric. It's funny when you're rich, and you're like that, you're eccentric. But when you're poor, and you're like that, you're crazy. or even funnier, when you have money and you penny pinch, you're frugal. Mm-hmm. When you don't have that much money and you penny pinch, you're cheapskate.
You're stingy.
Maceta. You know, it's
That's so
we
true.
we have labels for everybody, no matter who you are, no matter
The nice labels for the rich people, right?
Yeah, exactly. They got the nice word. It's just like with Hurricane Katrina. I just remembered the name now. When a couple episodes ago, when they had white people, non-Latino or black, they were coming out of the stores with merchandise or what have you. He goes, oh, yeah, they were surviving so they can feed their families.
Yeah.
Then we had the blacks and Latinos. Oh,
They're
they're looting. They're stealing everything in sight. They're looting. So, you know, I don't get it, man. People, that's just how people are.
Well,
People have the label, and once we can get away from that,
hey,
it'll be a lot better. But you know what?
What was that the last week with the kid that shot when they didn't know who he was? He passed away.
He passed away. When they
But
found
then
out
when they
Latino,
found out who he was, he got
sh-
shot by the cops.
they shot him dead.
He was killed. Like what happened to the pass away? He was a nice kid.
Bro, it's and when they find, and you see how the only ones that are making some type of noise about all those children that were killed are not even that much in the mainstream media. Yeah. They're going around on social media. Then we had Matthew McConaughey, which happened to was born in Uvalde and grew up in Uvalde. He went to Congress and the Senate and stuff like that and spoke his piece, and it was emotional.
Yeah.
But you know what the sad thing is, bro? Nothing's gonna happen, man.
Yeah. Well,
I pray and I hope and pray that something does, but
and one of the police officers, they've been giving him bad mouth because he came out and said that was not a good.
Of course it wasn't a good idea. I mean, bro, and they had, what was it, a couple of years ago, they gave that same police department tactical gear where it can stop a round from an assault rifle. And they still, oh no, it's too dangerous. 18-year-old kid who probably doesn't know how to shoot, 19 cops.
Those are the worst.
Ready.
They shoot everybody else but the target.
But your job is to go in there, you know, and they, bro, that's some punk shit.
Because if all these gangsters out here knew how to shoot, there would never be no innocent victim.
You know what I'm saying? They I'm telling you, that's shameful. I don't know how those cops can sleep.
Yeah.
I do not know how they can sleep at night. Because they can say, oh, I don't care, and we did it right or what have you, but you gotta rest with your conscience every single night, and you gotta see people. No one's gonna bother with you anymore. Yeah. It's bro. Está cagao. Sorry for saying that, but it's and you know it's funny. The stuff they're talking about, they did not want anything to do with the assault rifles being banned. They said that's off the table. We could talk about everything else, but assault rifles got to stay on the table. And these people act like, fine, you got an assault rifle or what have you and everything, but you want to talk about Civil War and all this stuff that you're talking about. You really think that the United States National Guard, Army, Navy, the Marines, or whatever, you're going to be able to stop them with your one AR-15 or your two or your three? But remember, you can only use it one at a time. You can only use them one at a time. And they're talking all this crap. I said, come on, bro. It goes, and it's funny. One guy said, yeah, you got guns. Yeah, but we Democrats, we got them too. But we just don't show them off. We don't walk into Walmart with a rifle strapped to our shoulder. But you don't know. Before you get to that rifle, I could have killed you already.
Yeah.
You know, you got to, people amaze me that just because you're walking around with guns and all this stuff, it makes you, no. just makes you look even dumber than what you are. Because one, you can have the gun pointed at somebody, but you don't know where they're coming from behind you.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. And the thing is, you don't have training.
That's why they call them technical.
Exactly.
These technical guys know what they're doing. But
Oh, of course. These people go. I mean, and then you have people going into the military to learn this stuff and come out and do this crap.
yeah.
I would put up freaking street gangs with guns against these guys. And the street gangs would probably win. You know why? Because they'll go in, they're doing what they got to do.
Yeah, speaking of guns and everything, it just brings me to Latino history where the Cubans were fighting, and they took over the war, a couple of Cuban groups, with that little gun that shoots one bullet at a time.
You'll be surprised.
So if they can do it with the one bullet at a time, taking over an army, and matter of fact, I'm going to Google because I wanted to see which
It comes to show you, man, if you're an expert at what you have, then how many people are going to stop you? You get that one shot, but you make that one shot count.
Oh, matter of fact, slavery, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, here we go. 1829. Diablo, they had that one shooting gun in 1900. They really good. But in 1829, they stopped a slave ship.
Look at that.
With that little one gun. A slave ship. So you know the slave ships had guns and everything. And it was not that many people. They say a handful, but, they just mean probably like 20 against 5,
Right.
But, and probably because they knew their land.
Yeah.
They knew what rock to hide under to shoot.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
That's why when they were having problems with the with the guerrillas in South America, the so-called freedom fighters, what have you, they knew their land. They knew where to hide. You going around there, they were picking you off one by one. And you don't have to have a strong rifle. You just got to have one guy who knows how to shoot good.
Yep.
And knows the lay of the land.
And for the records, for you guys to know, this was 1829, June 5th.
June 5th, 1829. Look at that.
They stopped a slave ship.
You'd be surprised. Whatever. And then,
the coast of
and then
Cuba.
you barricade, let's say these yahoos. You barricade yourself in your house. Now, guess what? You're the enemy. All it's going to take is one little missile into the house and boom, you're gone. Plain and simple. You gotta hide. You ain't gonna. There is nothing that you can build in this world with the money that you have. A fortified bunker where a missile is not gonna get through. So,
Yeah.
you gotta kill that noise and stop trying to do put fear in people because we're already tired of your crap. Bring it. Yeah. Bring it. We got something for you, bro. Remember, we outnumber you. And there's one girl say, "Oh, you think the military people in the military are not gonna side with the rebels? We call them rebels, the guys who want to commit civil war and stuff like that. Because remember the oath that you took. You go against that oath, you can get death. And I tell you, if there are some of them that want to go on the other side, there's not enough of them. Because remember, how many blacks and Latinos do we have in the military? And you guys gonna end up being the common enemy? Nah. Sorry, Papa. Sorry. Doesn't work that way. Try something else. Try another TikTok video and think about what you were doing.
I know,
Think about what you're gonna say. Because it's not gonna work, bro. And they talk all this stuff and they haven't done anything. So guess what? You ain't gonna do shit. You haven't done it yet, you ain't gonna do nothing. Plain and simple. Your father, the orange haze is gone, and guess what? Nothing's gonna happen. So deal with it. And we're going to vote your ass out. Plain and simple. Well, anyway, people, this is it for this episode. Hope you had some fun and some little information. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully my partner will be here. We're going to have a special guest. And we'll let you know before the next episode. Have a good night. Love you. I'm Johnny Boricua Prince Donez for El Latino Ruido over the LDM Network. Good night, everyone.
Por amor, soy de ti y seré